Companies are in the business of making money, and most often they care about maximizing their revenues, gross profit, or operating income. One of the biggest challenges finance and revenue management teams face is the ability to systematically diagnose the drivers of fundamental business performance changes near real time. The price-cost-volume mix analysis, also known as revenue or gross profit growth deep dive, helps you understand the relevant components that drove your revenue, gross profit, or other critical financial changes from one period to the next, or for actuals versus budget. This short video will show you a simple gross profit growth deep dive built on customer transactional data. The deep dive outlines gross profit performance changes into several vital drivers. More specifically, it enables us to dynamically drill down into important customer or product level drivers to understand things like pricing impact, what is our net price realization, what business segments, customers, brands, products are the winners or the losers of our pricing execution. It also helps us understand cost impact. What areas in our business drive the highest cost inflation? Where do we need to focus on right-sizing our list prices or sales discounting efforts because our price realization has not kept up with rising costs? What is the impact of volume changes on our gross profit performance? Which customer segments or products drove substantial volume losses despite lower prices? Which customers or products increased volume despite higher prices? What are the learnings we can get from this? And lastly, it gives us deep insight into the impact of customer and product mix. What areas have we offset a negative price realization with positive mix impacts? In other words, despite lower prices, we have sold a higher portion of highly profitable products this year versus last year. Much of the revenue or gross profit deep dives I've seen in pricing or corporate finance environments have been relegated to high-level Excel work that's descriptive and nice to have, but does nothing to identify and create actionable insights and specific course corrections. Most often, the analyses are limited to PowerPoint presentations or simpler workbooks during monthly reviews, usually done at a very high aggregate level, channel or brand, with pricing and cost impacts heavily masked with underlying changes in customer product mix shifts. You actually gain a substantial competitive advantage by performing the proper growth deep dive from customer product level transactional data. Identifying and separating the effects of your pricing actions, cost levers, or changing sales trends on your company's margin performance enables you to identify specific pain points in your revenue management or commercial strategies and address them in a surgical way to increase your profits. Now let's actually go with a real example. And we'll use a B2B margin analytics dashboard built with transactional data from a fictitious manufacturer. We'll evaluate year-to-date gross profit performance versus last year for our commercial business unit that you see up here. Notice that while overall gross profit increased by almost 25 million year over year, which is a great story, all of the growth actually came from unit volume increases to the tune of $55 million of GP impact. We actually had a negative $12 million gross profit impact through reduced prices that you see up here. And we had a negative $16 million gross profit impact through negative customer and product mix shifts. Cost inflation was negligible, but it was a problem in the Northeast region. Now, suppose you've modeled your price elasticities and estimated that your gross profit would have increased by at least $40 million year over year had we not discounted so heavily and kept our focus on our most profitable customers and products. Let's see where the most significant negative pricing impacts were. In the Northeast and the South regions, you'll notice the pricing impact was roughly $6 million and minus $4.5 million in gross profit impact. The Northeast also drove the substantial negative mix impact, so we'll dive deeper into the Northeast region. We can drill into the Northeast performance on the right side of our dashboard. We select the Northeast region over here as the basis of our deep dive and specify that we want to look at performance drivers by customer up here. Of course, we can look at it by salesperson, by product family, or some other detail. Let's see which customers are causing the most significant adverse pricing or mix impacts. We immediately notice that customer 63, over here, had a negative $2 million pricing impact. And both customers 95 and 152, in the bottom table, had a huge gross profit decline along with significant adverse mix impacts. Customer 95 is the biggest driver here. The negative $11 million gross profit year to date, that's down negative $12 million year over year. So let's dive deeper and understand which products are driving this bad performance. We highlight the customer to look at a customer product level deep dive and really understand how much of the change is driven by adverse pricing, heavier discounting, cost inflation, volume impact, or mix impacts. There are many metrics on the screen, so let's pay attention to the ones that say price impact, cost impact, the volume impact, and mix impact. If we sort by price impact, we immediately notice that product category 35, which is at the top, is the most significant driver of our price decreases. Our weighted average price was down from $345 to $316 compared to last year. And not only that, we also sold this product substantially below cost. There's hopefully a sound sales strategy behind this action, and it's not due to a lack of financial oversight. Still, decreasing the price year over year when costs are actually increasing is not the right move. While we sold more units year over year for this product category, our product mix impact on gross profit was significantly negative at $9 million. This is because we increased our sales mix from a negligible 0.01% to almost 0.3% year over year. And anytime we grow our sales mix on a less profitable item than our overall portfolio, in this case a negative margin item at that, our mix impact will be negative. Now, building a dynamic, near real-time gross profit deep dive solution can be one of the most potent ways your company can augment its margin analytics capabilities and quickly turn around bad performing areas. Enabling these capabilities with familiar tools like Tableau, Power BI, using a few lines of code in R or Python is pretty simple nowadays. You don't need expensive enterprise software and can probably do it yourself. Beyond enabling these revenue analytics foundations to uncover specific margin growth opportunities, it's vital to partner with and educate your sales team on the importance of pricing and discounting discipline, along with the significance of mix management for growing net revenues and gross profits.